Hello and welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic. In today's video, we are going to introduce a brand new series as we construct a standard Chaos limited deck. Fans of MTG Burgeoning, welcome back. Here we are with another brand new series as we are going to build a 40-card limited deck from one pack of each standard legal set. Now, if you were to go to a pre-release, you would get 6 packs in your pre-release kits as well as a foil promo card. Well, so we're going to build our deck without the promo card. But in Chaos style, we're going to get 1 pack of each current standard legal set. And that's going to be our pool of cards to construct our 40-card deck. So let's see what we're going to be pulling and see how we're going to build this deck. So we're pretty much going to be looking for the top 24 best cards out of these packs. So we're definitely... Oh, Fabled Passage. That's a wonderful one right there. So we're not even going to do too much looking around to begin with. We're just going to separate rares, uncommons, and commons to see where our power cards are first. At least that's how I like to construct a limited deck, and that's what I've always done during my pre-release times. Is I'll pile up the cards, I'll sort through the rares because those are generally the most powerful cards, and hopefully we have enough power in the rare slot that we can build a deck around those cards. Ooh, there we go. Archon of Sun's Grace. It's a nice rare. Alright, we'll put some commons there. We got a Coria. So right now I would be thinking 2 packs in. Okay, well maybe we can do something with the orders and enchantments. But we still have 4 more to go, and there's a Karuga. That's not going to be too helpful to have that as our rare. We don't really want to put that in the command zone. Okay. Bam. Those are our commons. Commons will help to fill out the deck once we know exactly what we're trying to do. So let's see what we've got here. Another foil. Then we have Baron, Tolarian, Archmage. That's a pretty good ability with the bounce. Okay, so far I can see us going Azorius. Oh, my least favorite color pairing. No, don't make me do Azorius. Oh, no. Okay, we got our commons here. Uncommon, and yep, it's gonna flow right that way. Inscription of Insight. Oh, we're going Azorius, folks. We have to go where the strength of the cards are. Chaos, Old Growth Troll, triple green up. Can't really splash in for a triple green spell. I'll put that there. Okay, black, green. Okay, so here's our commons. We're going to set those aside for the moment. This is how I would do it again if I were in the pre-release. So, we're going to look at the rares that we've gotten so far. Fabled Passage, well, that's a definite. I mean, we're just going to put that off to the side. That's going to go in any of these decks we make anyways. All right, so just looking at this, our strongest card from a durability standpoint would probably be Archon of Sun's Grace. However, we only have 1 copy of that, so if we build an entire enchantment-related deck around it and it gets picked off, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. However, the Old Growth Troll has a lot of lasting power and would really work well with Archon of Sun's Grace. Plus, it would definitely help because it keeps coming back, and it's a pretty strong card in and of itself. And we have the Inscription of Insight, which will, let's see, if we tap the 3 in a blue, we return up to 2 creatures to their owner's hand, scratch 2, drop 2 cards. Target player creates an XX blue illusion creature token. X is the number of cards in their hand. Yeah, that's pretty strong. The only one I think we would not do so great with, well, even Karuga in the 99 might be okay. We have a Fabled Passage. You know what? Let's push it. Let's be ridiculous. Let's go Bant. Let's just do Bant good stuff. That's, I think, the best way we're going to be able to do this because we can't rely on the Archon of Sun's Grace. We only have 1 copy. Old growth tree, old growth troll is great, but it can't be centered around. Okay, let's see what our uncommons have that can help us with a Bant strategy. That doesn't help. Let's see, we've got a Rootless U. Tree Folk, search your library for a creature card with a power toughness 6 or greater. That's not going to help us right now. That's in Golgari colors. The Canyon Jerboa, under your control, creature control, that could be helpful. Veteran Adventurer. Spells, we're not really doing party. That won't help us. We're not playing black. So those are out. Ooh, counter spell. All right, we'll put that in the maybe pile. Chrome Replicator says when it enters the battlefield, if you control 2 or more non-land, non-token permanents with the same name as one another, create a 4/4. Yeah, that could work. That might be a good mid to late game card to include. We're in black. Ominous Seas is a definite. We're not playing red. Put target enchantment on the bottom of its owner's library. Yeah, I don't think that would be too helpful. Mirror Shield. The equipped creature gets +0/+2 and hexproof, and whenever creature with Death Touch blacks. I don't think that will be too helpful. For each spell and ability your opponents control, counter it, at least control. All right, well, you got to include that. That's got red. Enchanted Carriage, ETBs, 2 mouse creature tokens. So we're paying 5 for 6 power, 6 toughness, but we can only crew it. That's in the maybe. Mystical man, counter spells. Oh, jeez. All right. So those are the uncommons that could be maybes. Those are the uncommons that are out. So let's go quickly through some of these supplemental commons to see if any of them could be helpful. All right, so we've got Seraph's Packmates. Enters the battlefield, draw a card. I guess that's okay. Maybe we can include that. Another counter spell. We might as well stick with the counter spells. Artifact and enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less. We didn't really see many artifact or enchantment spells there, did we? Alright, Elf enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 token. Ugh, that's not so great. Black is out. Let's see, we got a Horizon Seeker. So we search our library for a basic land, put it into the battlefield. That might be good because we're playing 3 colors, so that could be included. Exile target artifact or creature. Alright, that's going to be a good removal spell for us. Revitalize, draw a card. That'll put that in the maybe pile. We're not playing red. Alright, that one seems kind of weak. Battlefield kicked. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Put that in the maybe. We're not playing red. Each creature with a +1/+1 counter and it has trample. I'll put that in the maybe to see what we can do. Hagra Constrictor. That's black, so that doesn't help. You're going to get +1/+1. We're looking at a Dauntless Unity. That's in the maybe pile. We're not playing black. 1/4 reach isn't that great. We're not playing red. We're not playing creature. We're not playing party. Okay, here we go. A nice big flyer. Well, not big. The mana cost is big. And we're not in red. We're not in black. We got a lifelink here. 4 and a white. Okay, that could be good late game. Return to nature, that's a definite. Opt is a definite. Destructive tampering is out. We're not playing black. Pride Malkin enters the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Each creature you control. That might be a maybe because it seems like we're getting some +1/+1 synergy here. We're not playing red. Honey Mammoth. Oh, that could be a bomb at the end of the game. Spontaneous Flights. +2/+2. Put a flying counter on it. Yeah, that seems like it'll work. Trample. Oh, this one will work too. Okay, yeah, the Ikoria commons are really helping us out here. Red, no. Oh, Anticipate is a yes. Divine Arrow is removal. Mutate. Whenever this creature mutates, draw a card. We just don't have enough mutate spells for that to be effective. Heightened Reflexes. Put a first strike counter. Taking up a valuable card spot. We're not playing black. We're not playing Mutate. We're not playing red. Traveler's Amulet is good. We're not playing black. Counter target creature or enchantment spell. If it was countered, exile it. Let's include it just in case. Oh, Sentinel Eyes will be great. We're not playing red. All right, we got an enchantment creature. Whenever a land is put into our graveyard from anywhere, gain a life. I don't know if we want to do that. Well, the Fable... no, we're going to keep that one out. Not playing black. All right, whenever the Towering Wave Mystic deals damage... Yeah. Well, Mystic Sanctuary enters the battlefield tapped unless you control. We probably don't want to include many lands that are going to come into play tapped if we're trying to force 3 colors into a limited deck. Not playing black, not playing black, not playing red. If at least 3 green mana was spent, that could be tough. Yeah, I don't think so. We're not playing black, we're not playing red, we're not playing black. Jeez, Throne, thanks for giving us the Rakdos options. Witching Well will include Shining Armor. We don't really have Equip 3 for +0/+2 and Vigilant. No, that one's out. Alright, so those are the cards that we've whittled out. Alright, so let's see what we're going to do. So we're going to need to take our cards that we've whittled out and get them off the table so that it doesn't get in our way. So we're trying to center around. First, we got to have enough creatures to win via combat. So we have got a nice flyer, we got a nice bouncer, we got a nice old growth troll will work, Karuga will work as well. So those are some great creatures to start. So now let's add some more. Let's see, we got any creatures in here. The Enchanted Carriage could definitely work, especially if it's colorless. So could the Chrome Replicator. And the Canyon Jerboa. Ooh, that might not be very helpful. So let's include these 2 artifacts to go with our creatures. And then let's see if we pull... We got a Malkin here. That could work. That's 3/3. Or the CMCs is 3/3. Gotta keep an eye on that. Instance and a creature. So we got a flyer. So let's put our flyer right there. And we have... It's returning. That would be a counter with trample. Alright, so then I think we would go 2/2. I think we would include these creatures because then we would have keeping an eye on what we're casting. Oh, that triple green might be tough. Alright, so I'm going to go with those. So what's that? 2, 4, and 8. That's 11 creatures. Okay, so that's pretty much where we're going to go, I think. 11. We probably got to slide in a few more creatures. I suppose we could consider Ominous Sea's creature, because it will eventually, hopefully, get the 8/8 blue Kraken. Plus, we can always cycle it away if needed. I think we're going to stick with the Canyon Jerboa as well. Just in case if we missed any good creatures here. Let's give it a look-see. Oh, yeah, the Bushwag, that's got to go in there. We got to have... Oh, the Honey Mammoth, that's going to go in there. This is from our common pile here. That could be good in the late game. So now we're starting to fill in the cracks with the creatures that we need to kind of break through. Of course, we want to make sure we put a premium on evasion. Battlefield token, instance, and Foretell can draw a card. 3/3, cast for 2. Okay, that's not terrible either. Alright, so that's not too bad of a stack that we got working on over here. So if we're figuring 40 card deck, about 16 lands, probably a little closer to 17, 18. Then we want to make sure we say, okay, so 24 cards, we have 24 spells. So we want to probably lean 14 creatures to 10 support spells. So we just take their creature pool and we pick the best 14, and then we take 10 cards and pick our best support. So 1, 2, 3, those are definitely the best right there, because we have flying. Anything that has any kind of evasion is an automatic. So that's in there. That's only lifelink. This is trample, so that's a definite. Okay, so these are in. That pumps them up. That can pump them up. That brings back a spell, so that gives us some abilities. And then we can get more creatures out of those two. So that's 4, 8. There's 12 right there. Okay, I like how we're doing, because these have lasting power. Then we have a Horizon Seeker, Pride Malkin, and the Reach. And then to kind of complement, we want to have a few bombs, like this Honey Mammoth will be great as an ender, as a finisher. The Pact Mate replaces itself, so that's 4, 8, 6. There's 14. Let's push it with 2 more. We got a Lifelinker that can get bigger. We got a Boast that can look for a basic land. We have the Pride Malkin that puts a +1/+1 counter, but we're not really playing a counter theme. I think these two are probably the best. So we go right there. So those are 16 creatures that we have right here. All right. Looking okay. So we're going to look for our 10 best support spells, and Ominous Seas is definitely going to go there. And Inscription of Insight is definitely going to go there as well. We have a Mystical Dispute, which I hate to include it, but it's one of our best support spells. Oh, these counter spells are good too. All right, so let's see. Let's go back here. We got our Witching Well. So you can Scry, you can Sacrifice. That's going to be tough to not include. So is Sentinel's Eyes, because we can just keep bringing it back. All right, counter. No, we're going to get rid of that. Traveler's Amulet. We're going to place that with our Fabled Passage, because that's going to act kind of like a land. The Divine Arrow is a good creature removal, dealing 4 damage to an attacker. Oh, the Anticipate. We got to have an Anticipate effect. That's just really good. Target creature that could stay. Opt. Oh, I really want to play Opt, but card slots are a premium, and if we don't get... That has to go in there. Raven Form. Card slots are a premium and limited. I mean, if we were playing with more of an expanded hand, or more of an expanded deck, including Opt might make more sense. We're not going to include that. So if I look 3, 6, 9, there's our 10 right there. So those are our 10 best support spells. But let's see what these support spells are actually doing here. So the Ominous Seas is going to get us a card in our hand, or a Kraken onto the battlefield, hopefully. Same thing with Anticipate is going to get us cards. Inscription of Insight is going to do a lot of different things, so that's going to stay in a category all by itself. We have a pile of 3 counter spells, and then we have Removal and Return to Nature, Removal and Divine Arrow. This is card draw, so that's going to go over to here. 2 pieces of removal does not seem like it's going to be enough, but remember, we have some ETB triggers up there with our creatures that can act as removal by bouncing from Disruption. Sentinel Eyes, I really like Sentinel Eyes. I want to keep that in the deck. And 3 counter spells. Is there anything else that we kept that would be better than one of those counter spells? Well, that Spontaneous Flight, giving one of our guys creatures, is always nice. Exile target artifact or creature. Oh, I think we should probably put a premium on that card. Not that one. Not another counter spell. Not another counter spell. Gain 3 life. Yeah, I think we have to include the Raven Form for some more removal. So we'll put the Raven Form in, and then I think we take out probably the Rewind, because we want to try to maximize the number of spells that have as few mana symbols on their cost as possible, particularly if we're going 3-color limited. Now, as it stands right now, if this is, before we add our lands, of course, if this is our pool that we're going to put together, we have exactly 1, 2, we have 3 spells that have double mana symbols, and then the Old Growth Troll, which has triple. And it looks like blue is the predominant color, and then it looks like green followed by white. That's going to be tricky, because our God of Sun's Grace is going to cost that double white. So I think this is how I would do. I would play test this. We have 10 support spells, 16 creatures, so that's a total of 26. This will count as one of our lands, so that will be 27. Our Fabled Passage goes in to help with the mana smoothing at 28. With 12 So with, I'm sorry, I miscounted there for a moment. So with 26, 27, 28, we have 12 left and 3 colors, and blue is up there. So I almost want to just say 4, 4, and 4 because I like the symmetry of that. But I think it will be very difficult to get that old growth troll cast and out onto the battlefield. These were some tough packs. If this were me, if this were my pre-release, I would try to remain optimistic, but I would definitely want to grab my lands and play test this as much as I could before the game actually started. But I think it would be decent. I'm definitely not saying that this would 4-0. I'm not sure we have enough staying power. We're trying to include some of our most powerful spells across 3 colors, and each one of the 3, if we include Archon of Sun's Grace and we include Baron, Tolarian Archmage, and Old Growth Troll as our 3 most powerful spells outside of a Fabled Passage, which, let's be honest, that's not going to win us a game, and plus it's on a spell. Ooh, that might be tough. But this is what I would go with, and I'd like to hear from you. If you have any thoughts on how you would build this limited Chaos Standard deck, shoot me a comment in the comment section below, and let's see how you would do. This is MTG Burgeoning, folks, your channel for all things Magic.